Hi everyone, it's Buffy, and this is Buffy's Flavorful Journey. As promised, I'm going to make my version of magic bars or 7-layer cookies. I add a lot more layers to the cookies, and in fact I will have 12 layers in these cookies, and you will see that these are a lot thicker than the ones made a week or so ago for my aunt. And I'll link that original video in this video's description so you can look at them and compare, and I also have a side-by-side picture towards the end of this video. So let's get started. And before I forget, thank you so much to all the new subscribers, and thank you so much for joining the community, and I wish you all a very happy holiday season. So let's go, let's get started. Okay everybody, let's get started on my version of 7-layer cookies. I'm going to have basically a total of about 12 layers. This is my 9x13 pan. I've sprayed Baker's Joy in there so that the cookies won't stick. Your first layer always has to be your melted butter. And this is 1 stick of unsalted melted butter. You want to make sure you get the butter evenly distributed in the baking dish. Your second layer has to be the graham crackers. And I also have pretzels in here, so this will count as layers 2 and 3. First layer was the melted butter. Now after you put your 1 stick of melted butter, all your other layers are 1 cup each. I don't measure them out anymore, I just eyeball it. And with your graham crackers, you want to make sure you're getting the bottom of the pan covered in graham cracker crust, because this is going to be the bottom of your cookie. And you can see the bits and pieces of the pretzels in there. Okay. Now, the order of the rest of your layers doesn't really matter, except for the last 2. I like to do second to last as my coconut, and the very last has to be the sweetened condensed milk. So let's go ahead and get some milk chocolate morsels. I like to follow that with the butterscotch morsels. And I'm going to be using about half of this 11-ounce bag. Pecans. I had pecan halves, and I just used my kitchen mallet and broke them up a little bit more. And since I don't have too many in here, I'm going to use all of that's left here. This is more than a cup, but again, I just want to go ahead and use all that up. Okay. Now, I'm going to add some caramel bits. Again, this part, these caramel bits, that's not part of the traditional 7-layer or magic bars, but with any recipe you can put your own spin on it. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm basically Buffy-tizing the magic bars. Okay. Next up are some Girl Scout cookies, some Samoas. I did the whole pack. There were 15 cookies in there. And I just put them in my food processor to break them up a little bit. And now I'm just trying to evenly distribute the broken up cookie pieces throughout the pan. Okay. I have some Hershey candy bars. I took 6 of them, put it in my food processor and broke them up. So I'm going to evenly distribute those. Okay. So I have these little caramello candy bars. The little miniatures, so that each cookie will get a caramello piece. I totally misjudged that. Okay. Just maneuver them around a little bit. And you can tell that these magic bars are going to be thicker than the normal 7-layer cookies or magic bars because of course we've added more ingredients, so of course it's going to be thicker. Now I'm going to add the coconut. It's not too much coconut in here, so I'm going to use all of this that's left in this bag. And I like the Baker's sweetened coconut. It's the one that my family has used for years. It's the only one my mother would buy. And I've tried store brand coconut. It's drier and it's not as sweet as the Baker's. Okay. And layer number 12 is the Eagle brand milk, sweetened condensed milk. I did wash the lid off. Wiped it dry. I always do that with your canned goods because all kinds of crap can get on it and bugs and all that other stuff. And now we just pour this over the cookie bars. Now if you don't like a lot of candy or a lot of chocolate, a lot of caramel, whatever, this recipe is not for you. If you're watching your calories, recipe probably isn't for you either. But if you're watching your calories, you know, just don't overindulge. Instead of having 3 or 4 pieces of these cookies, have just one. My oven is already preheated to 350. If you want to see the video where I made the just regular 7-layer or magic bars, I will link that in the description down below and you can watch it. But that's it. I'm gonna put these in the oven at 350 and I will show you the finished product. Okay. Here's the finished cookies. And you can see the little squares of caramellos there. When you bite into them, they'll just melt into your mouth. I wish you could smell it. It smells like a candy palooza in here. So you can see how thick the layer is. So these 12 layer cookies are much thicker than a regular standard 7-layer magic bar. This one, I left some of the layers there, but this I got all the layers, and they're still a little warm.